bowl, you've got your Perming solution and a clean micropore stick. What you are going to do is dip your micropore stick into the Perming solution. Now remember, always put the lids on before you do anything else, because if the air oxidizes, it will damage your solution. You can either dab it onto the wrist, or I prefer onto the elbow, like so. So that's our Perming. We're going to bin this stick now. Never pop it behind the ear. This is a new thing with COVID, because if they do react, there's glands around that area, so it can affect the glands and they would have a worse reaction. You're then going to repeat that step with your fixing solution. So again, we've got a clean stick and we've got our fixing solution. We are going to pop the fixing solution near the same area as you had done with your Perming, but obviously not on top of the perm, next to the perm. And then you are going to patch test them for the glue. So again, you are going to pop some glue just on their inside of their elbow. The reason being is that this is a softer, more sensitive area. Like I said, you can do the wrist area. However, with the wrist, you are more likely for them to wash their hands and wash the product off. This product needs to sit on the crease of the elbow for as long as possible, ideally a few hours. It will take a while, so if you touch the skin and they say, oh, it's feeling itchy or it's sore, it wouldn't happen straight away. Normally within the first hour, they're going to see the reaction. If they do have a reaction to the products, then that means obviously they couldn't have a lash lift treatment done, but you would advise them to wash that off and take an antihistamine, but that would mean that they would not be able to have the treatment done. Your next step is the tint. So when you're patch testing with the tint, it's always really important to mix it with the developer. You should never really use the tint and dab it on without mixing, because the developer is going to help develop the colour exactly like it would on the eyelashes. So it's important to mix the both. So you can either do a tiny amount, because you don't want to waste a lot of product. Mix that with your developer. Now, with the tint, always mix that in. With the tint, you're not going to go on the same arm as what you did with the Perming solution. So, for example, I always test with the black, because the black is going to have a higher chance if they have a reaction, plus you're going to use black and blue black. So what I would then do with the client is on their other wrist, on their other elbow or wrist, you're going to dab a tiny amount of the tint like so. The reason why you do it in two different arms is because they might have a reaction to the tint, but not to the lash lift products. Now, if that is the case, they could still have the lash lift treatment, but they wouldn't be able to have the tint. Or the other way round, they could have tint, but not the lash lift. So what I would do is write down which elbow you applied the tint to, which elbow you applied the lash lift treatment to, so that you would know if they said, oh, it was itchy on my right hand, my right elbow, then you know that then that's your Perming and your fixing, or it's your tint. So always keep your tint separate to your Perming and your fixing when you're patch testing. When you are patch testing, make sure you always keep a record and get the client to sign it. So before they have the lash lift and tint treatment, they're going to come into you for a patch test. So what you will do here is you would do exactly what we did in that video. You will patch test them for all of the products, and then you will get them to date it, sign it in a book or on the consultation form to say that they have been patch tested. This just means that if they had a reaction and you had no proof that you've patch tested them, or they said they were fine, it's another backup. So if anything was to happen and they had a reaction, you've got proof that you patch tested them, on what date, and the client signed it.